Hello everyone, hope you all are doing fantastic. From kitchens to classrooms and from local restaurants to international institutions, our guest today has done it all and done it with unmatched excellence. Welcome to HospeTalk, the podcast where hospitality finds its voice. I am your host Vikas Mehra और आज हमारे साथ हैं हॉस्पिटैलिटी एजुकेशन की दुनिया की एक बहुत बड़ी हस्ती मिस्टर अतुल गोखले. ही इज़ द डायरेक्टर एट सिम्बायोसिस स्कूल ऑफ culinary आर्ट्स एंड न्यूट्रिशनल साइंसेज. वो एक विजनरी एजुकेटर हैं और हज़ारों स्टूडेंट्स के मेंटर भी. मिस्टर गोखले एक ऐसा नाम है जो क्रिएटिविटी, लीडरशिप और डेडिकेशन का एक परफेक्ट कॉम्बिनेशन है. 30 साल से भी ज़्यादा का एक्सपीरियंस जिसमें उन्होंने इंडिया और मिडल ईस्ट के लीडिंग हॉस्पिटैलिटी इंस्टीट्यूट्स को डायरेक्ट किया है. चाहे वो किचन की हीट हो या क्लासरूम की शांति, उन्होंने हर जगह अपना इम्पैक्ट छोड़ा है. चाहे आप एक स्टूडेंट हैं, एक प्रोफेशनल हैं या इंडस्ट्री लीडर, ये एपिसोड आपके लिए एक मास्टर क्लास से कम नहीं है. आइए decades of experience, knowledge and passion एक साथ सुनते हैं only on HospeTalk. Don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Keep supporting, keep loving, keep liking. Let's listen to the masterclass. Let's listen, learn and lead together. Hi sir, welcome to HospeTalk. Let's start the podcast with, today you are the director of such a prestigious, institution, Symbiosis at, School of Culinary Arts. Tell us, how did you reach here?
I think it's a journey of last 25 years, I would say, that has taken me here. And prior to that, 10 years of journey in the hospitality profession, more into hotels and into hospital catering and likewise. So all of that has put together to me be here as the director for the Symbiosis School of Culinary Arts and Nutritional Sciences.
I was going through your profile. You were a chef and then now an academic leader. How did this transition happen?
I think during the period of when I was 21, passing out from the ITDC kitchen management training program, I was posted at Bodh Gaya Ashok Hotel, which was a part of the ITDC hotels group. And over there, it was a small property of 32 rooms, is a resort property, more for religious tourism. And we used to get almost 95% foreign clientele. And that time, since maybe it was an inclination or something, I used to train my staff over there as well. Not just in kitchen, although being a chef, I was more inclined towards heading the kitchen. But beyond that, it was more about teaching the other staff members as well. Maybe I think the seeds were sown over there that I could also look at teaching. But it didn't occur till about 2002. When actually I got into an educational institution as a vice principal. Prior to that, in the year 2000, I started teaching more of on the visiting faculty basis for a couple of institutions here in Pune as a part when I was also a consultant to various restaurants at that time. And this transition took place from here, I think, with the instinct of having a deep knowledge. At the school level, also at the hotel management, I was very much interested into developing my entire culinary knowledge, and that probably laid the seeds.
Sir, हमारी इंडस्ट्री ना इज़ ऑलवेज नोन फॉर SOPs जो हमारे ट्रेडिशंस हैं. बट स्पीकिंग अबाउट ट्रेडिशंस, जो 10 साल पहले एक सेंस बनती थी उनको यूज़ करने की, बट आज नहीं है. सो डू यू थिंक कि कोई एक ऐसा ट्रेडिशन जो एक हॉस्पिटैलिटी और एक HM स्कूल को अब लेट इट गो कर देना चाहिए कि अब तो इसको छोड़ दो?
आई थिंक जो आई वुड से जो सर्विस पार्ट है, फूड एंड बेवरेज सर्विस, उसमें जो ट्रेडिशंस चले आ रहे हैं, जो कॉलेजेस में सिखाए जाते हैं, कि लेफ्ट हैंड साइड सर्विस, राइट हैंड साइड सर्विस,
जी.
or specifically to lay the cutlery, crockery. I
Yes.
think with the different types of restaurants, with the categories of restaurants coming
Absolutely.
in, they are being outdone now. वो सिखाना वो सिर्फ एक mere एक factual historical perspective रह जाएगा कि फाइन डाइन में ऐसे होता है, कैजुअल डाइनिंग में ऐसे होता है, गरीदों सर्विस में ये होती है, बट वेयर एज टुडे इट हैज़ बिकम मोर कैजुअल पार्ट ऑफ इट. आप बड़े से बड़े रेस्टोरेंट में चली जाइए, एक्सेप्ट फॉर वेरी हाई एंड फाइन डाइन रेस्टोरेंट्स, यू डोंट हैव कवर्स laid out fully with all the cutlery being laid out with glassware and plates and serviettes being laid out and folded over there. So that tradition I think can be taught, but can be let go, not as a thumb rule that it should be taught कि ये ऐसे ही होता है, should be let go.
Alright sir. And sir, usually होता क्या है कि जो leadership style है, I mean let's say अगर मैं if I've been working in a Marriott, तो मेरा leadership style ना थोड़ा उनके SOPs के हिसाब से डल जाता है. If I'm working at Hilton तो वो वैसा बन जाता है, and then so on with the branch. In your case, you have worked across India, you've been to Bahrain, Middle East. So how did these experiences, help shaping your leadership style?
I would say one, being in different parts of the world teaches you that how you work with different teams, different kinds of sensitivities, different kinds of people who come from different backgrounds. At one time, when I was in Saudi Arabia as a country manager for a hospitality and tourism school, I had almost 9 to 10 different nationalities working under me.
Wow.
So you would have an Egyptian who would work with a Bangladeshi, with a Filipino or a Jordanian, and you would have the Saudi people with Indian. There would be Indians who would be typically from one part of this country, which would be South India, specifically from Kerala. So you had to deal with their sensitivities in a different manner. So that probably shaped my understanding of how to work with different types of teams.
Right.
But more than that, what shaped my thought process was one of the important learnings which I took from the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, where he talks about service leadership.
Right, sir.
So when I today talk about to the students also, when I say that you are in an hospitality industry, you need to have both service and hospitality. So it should be a service attitude or servitude, and servitude or a service leadership is what has shaped my journey to become a leader in whatever I am saying. It's not about position, it's about what service you give
Yes,
to
sir,
the
absolutely.
even to the lowest category of your employees or to all the stakeholders who come to you, whether it be parents, whether it be students, whether it be somebody who requires some kind of an information from you, you offer it. So it's like a service attitude. I think that has shaped this thing, which I've got it over here in Symbiosis School of Culinary Arts as well. And probably the biggest takeaway from that is our own founder and chairperson and the president of Symbiosis, Professor S.B. Muzumdar sir. He has built this entire Symbiosis on the foundation of service towards students. And Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the motto of Symbiosis, is imbibed into this as well.
But I must say that you get a different feeling. I mean, at least when I walked in, this is my second visit, as we were discussing.
Correct.
Absolutely nothing got changed. I mean, saying it in a good way.
Correct.
But you were talking about you've named a particular book. Sir, आज की डेट में सोशल मीडिया इतना we talk about Insta, Facebook, we're doing this podcast again for similar reasons, that educational purposes.
Correct.
But yet, do you really think कि आज की dates में books are more important than rest of these? Does they play any crucial role? I mean, as far as the development part is concerned.
Let me tell you that another leader which management guru and a leader which I follow is Tony Robbins or Anthony Robbins. Again, the person who has written Awaken the Giant Within, or somebody who has written the books which are related to management perspective. he has transitioned from just having written books. He is into podcasts, he is into leadership seminars, workshops. He does a lot of things on social media, including LinkedIn. So if those leaders gurus have transitioned over there, probably they have taken a correct path. Today when I go to a class and I'm teaching, in fact I'm teaching a leadership as a subject also. So when I go to talk to them, I always give them examples of young leaders who write a lot, who share their experiences a lot on Twitter, now X,
Yes.
or on Instagram through their stories, or even spiritual gurus, spiritual people in India also. There are so many of them. Sadhguru is there, Gaur Gopal Das is there, Gauranga Das Prabhu is there from ISKCON. So these people are transitioning from just not writing books, but taking small lessons from them and creating podcasts from them. Today, when you go to a class, in fact, you are doing the same thing. You are not just wanting to teach them in a typical theoretical form with PPTs and likewise, but build stories around them. Today, students are more interested to listen to stories, motivations coming out of it.
Yes, sir.
Because attention span has gone down.
Sir, over the period of time, what's one major change in hospitality education you've seen?
I would say the input of students. From what 25 years ago the students were there, who would take this education as something from a Guru Shishya Parampara, where the Guru is the ultimate one from whom you would learn. Today, because of the information availability and with the availability of so much of a knowledge, probably this generation has lost out on getting to know things from a Guru. So with that going, the respect has dwindled down. The respect has gone down. So today, it is not more of a Guru, it's more of a facilitator.
Yes.
Who would give you what? So transition of students population who would come to a college to learn, to listen, to understand without being, without even questioning. Today it is not there. It is being said that a guru, I think he is also learning from an internet or is using a chat GPT or such kind of a model and then coming to a class.
Absolutely.
Irrespective of that. So the respect towards teachers has come down in that sense. But there are ways where we are now making sense to them about how to go about life. So that is still happening. But this change of unquestionable Guru Shishya Parampara to somewhere we are a facilitator or more of a friend is coming in.
Hospitality industry is all about the practical knowledge.
Correct.
हम हमेशा से बात करते हैं, that is why we've got almost a semester dedicated towards the industrial training.
Yeah.
But yet, I mean 5 semesters sir, उसके बावजूद भी हैं जब बच्चा are sitting on benches and or any HM colleges. How do you prepare them for the real world?
I think वो जब तक आप कैसे कहते हैं ना कि स्विमिंग के लिए आपको खुद तैरना पड़ता है, तो आई वुड से आप कितना भी पहले बता लो, क्लासेस ले लो, जब तक वो खुद जा कर के देखेंगे नहीं. बस हम आप ये कर सकते हैं कि हम उनको बता सकते हैं कि these are the scenarios, these are the situations, these are the challenges you would face, but beyond that they will have to do everything by themselves. So taking a horse to a water is what we do and we can do. Drinking the water or not is up to the horse. Tayari karni, we do it all the way around. What we are looking at today is, are they ready to face the uncertainties of life?
Absolutely.
Because uncertainties post-COVID essentially are becoming a way of life today. If they are able to take up that, they are able to manage onto it, they would be able to sustain for long term.
According to you sir, टेक्नोलॉजी ने culinary एजुकेशन को किसी भी एंगल से चेंज किया है और एनी कोई कंट्रीब्यूशन?
बिल्कुल किया है. इनफैक्ट इफ़ यू गो टू सो मेनी रेस्टोरेंट्स जहाँ किचन में बहुत सारी टेक्नोलॉजी आ गई है, ऑटोमेशन आ गया है. Technology, I would say, it's still a far way when we say that an AI-based machine or a robo will cook for you. But technology from the machines, upgraded, efficient machines, have changed the way we do today our culinary preparations, culinary output. So if you say, especially where you have fixed menus, where you have mass catering, machines have taken over the work which otherwise would be done physically by people. And I have to give you examples: dough kneading machines with an automated thing, combi ovens of different types which are automated. You could cook in anything at any point with any kind of moisture level. Self-cleaning machines which have come in. You see in small outlets the dosa making machines which are coming in. So technology has drastically reduced the physical work or labor which would be there. But still, अभी तक कोई ऐसी मशीन नहीं आई जो प्याज छील के आपको दे दे. I think that still is far away. You still have to do it.
With all due respect, I mean, I've done my industrial training too, but I think वो हर एक ट्रेनिंग का ड्रीम टूल होगा कि भाई ये वाली मशीन कौन बना दे.
ऐसी कोई मशीन बना दे.
Absolutely agree, sir.
Students today still there when they're afraid of doing that.
Sir, 25 plus years of experience. पता नहीं कितने ही काउंटलेस स्टूडेंट्स आपके अंडर पास हुए होंगे, बट आई एम श्योर ओवर द पीरियड ऑफ टाइम आपने देखा होगा कि एक जेन्युइन और आदत है क्या है वो नहीं पता, बट दे ऑलवेज मेक दैट मिस्टेक. व्हाट हैव यू सीन? आई मीन वो कौन सी मिस्टेक है?
करियर ट्रांजिशन, नॉट टेकिंग कैलकुलेटेड डिसीजंस. I've seen students when they get emotionally frustrated in a job and they want to leave that, they don't have a backup before they jump into the other. So I have seen this especially in hotel students, is that आज फ्रस्ट्रेट हो गया, कल मैंने जॉब छोड़ दिया और दूसरी के ढूंढ लिया, दूसरी जगह चला गया. Informed or educated decision to ensure that I don't lose out from where I am is something a student of a hotel or a hotel graduate should still do. It is not about emotions at workplace, but rather your professional growth, which should matter a lot.
And sir, again, what advice you give a hotel management graduate who is entering to the industry, so that they can stand out?
Knowing your strengths and working on your strengths rather than focusing on your weaknesses. Because the more you increase your strengths, in comparison, the weaknesses will always be smaller and smaller. The more you increase your strengths, the weaknesses in ratio wise will go smaller and smaller. You would stand out on your strength. If you are good at people handling, you should be focusing on that. If you are good in data, you should be handling that. If you are good in cooking and innovating, you should focus on that. What we have been taught कि बेटा आप में ये कमी है, इस पे काम करो. That is not the right attitude. And this again comes from Anthony Robbins, which he has always put in his a book called Power Within, or Awaken the Giant Within, when he says increase your strengths so much that the weaknesses become so minuscule that people will never notice about it. Because humans cannot be perfect, we all know that.
Yes, sir.
However, we focus on the weaknesses and try to overcome them, not looking at strengths. So my advice to all people would be work on your strengths and increase them as much as possible.
Marvel characters के पास ना अपनी एक super powers है, right? So let's say you get one super power of your own choice. ठीक है, तो अब वो super power भी आ गई है सर. So which subject from hospitality education you would like to remove?
French.
That was so spontaneous.
The reason I'll tell you, because what French was taught for can be incorporated into terminologies of different subjects, whether it is F&B service,
Yes, sir.
whether it is culinary science or culinary arts, or whether it is any other conversational thing. Where do you use structured sentences in a hotel to teach, where we are going to be talking about it? Look at any part of the world, except for France and French speaking countries. You never speak French in the language as a French, but you use terminologies. So,
Yes, sir.
in fact, I would say we were instrumental in shaping that in our college. We have not removed the French as a subject, but rather we have made it as a technical culinary or a hospitality French, only teaching what is required for them to learn, right from the word mise en place to a la carte to hors d'oeuvres to any other one.
Sir.
Correct pronunciation of those words and then using them rightly in your colloquial language is what we have done it. So rather than teaching French as a language subject, we have made it more of a technical knowledge subject.
Absolutely, and I must agree on this. जब तक आपने बोला नहीं था ना फ्रेंच, एंड व्हेन आई वाज राइटिंग दिस क्वेश्चंस कि मुझे आपसे ये क्वेश्चन पूछने हैं, एंड आई रोट दिस एंड और मुझे लगा था कि बहुत मुश्किल होगा ये आंसर, एंड देन ऑल ऑफ अ सडन यू सेड फ्रेंच. आई सेड yes, I mean that's the right answer. हम क्यों पढ़ रहे हैं फ्रेंच?
Exactly.
But spot on, sir. Moving towards the next question, what's one thing students believe about hotel jobs that isn't true?
That it's always on the hard work only and it doesn't pay you as much. That
Agreed.
I'm a testimony of this, that of course hard work should be with smart work. Hard work should be with intelligence. We are not there to do donkey work. We are there to serve people. And if that is taken care of, which is the essence of hospitality,
Yes, sir.
I think you should be flying with good colors. People will seek, people will run after you and pay you.
But do we get such talents nowadays? I've been hearing what it is कि सर लॉन्ग वर्किंग आवर्स हैं, पे
आज कहाँ नहीं होते हैं लॉन्ग वर्किंग आवर्स.
हाँ, बट वो तो हम आंसर दे देते हैं, बट आई मीन how to...
So that perception about hospitality industry
Yes, sir.
is to be taken out from people's mind. In fact, we have been successful into doing that by telling them that go into any of the professions. Either in office or at home, you are still on the job.
Yes,
You're
sir.
still working, you're still answering calls, you're still in meetings, you're still preparing documents for tomorrow, for your meetings, you're still doing some kind of an work which is there. So you're engaged. In hospitality, at least you are there for 12, 13 hours at a straight shift. When you back home, nobody calls you back again and asks you to work. Unless you are in management position.
Agreed. आपने n number of lectures अभी तक दिए होंगे सर. So was there any moment जहाँ पे स्टूडेंट ने कोई फनी या बिजार क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया हो आपसे?
आई थिंक ऐसे बहुत सारे इंस्टेंसेस हुए हैं. बिजार क्वेश्चंस नहीं हुए हैं, बट कभी कभी व्हेन यू आर टॉकिंग एंड you talk something in a way which people take it in a double meaning kind of a thing. I will not be able to recall any particular per se, but then the entire class goes laughing and bursting into it. So it's a kind of an breakout moment which is there. But it has happened couple of times.
And according to you, which takes more skill, teaching students or handling an angry guest at a restaurant?
Angry guest at a restaurant is a knowledgeable person. And person whom you can make and drill sense if you make something out of it. A student is like जिसको कहते हैं ना कि एक मिट्टी है
जी,
जिसको आपको मोल्ड करना है. वो आप जिस तरह से जितने अच्छे से करोगे उतना उसके लिए वो लाइफ टाइम के लिए बेनिफिट होता है. I think dedication towards grooming a child, grooming a student is more important, and handling it is more difficult, because every single step that you take, every single movement that you do, every single thing which people see around you, because all students watch you.
Yes, sir.
And they know exactly how things are. It's like parenting. If parents behave they will generally behave, child will turn out to be that way. If the parents behave in the right manner, the child will turn out in the right manner. If they don't, they will obviously imbibe what the parents are saying. I think teachers have a greater role in shaping the future.
And sir,
And I have a saying into this: I teach because I touch the future.
nicely said, sir. Very nice. Hospitality का ऐसा कोई rule that you think that should never be broken?
I think we are in an industry which is atithya, hospitality. Most of the time we forget, when you're in the hotel, restaurants or service industry, that customer is the king, customer is there, he is there, because of him we are there. And hospitality, service, I told you about service attitude, that is lost out. If we are not in service attitude, even for an education industry, we are serving the community, we are serving the students, we are serving the parents, we are serving the nation. If that is lost out, I think like in hospitality, if the word hospitality is not taken in its right context, I think that is lost out.
Done, sir. Let's move towards the final session of our podcast. That's what I call rapid fire. So I'll just say a thing and then just finish it in couple of words, right? If you could bring back one classic hospitality tradition, what would it be?
I think I just now said hospitality to the hospitality world. Atithya, logon ke towards service, and service attitude or servitude into the hospitality industry.
What's a common hospitality myth that annoys you the most?
Hospitality myth that annoys me the most: that it is the most glamorous industry.
One dish you can cook with your eyes closed.
Any egg preparation, not the boiled eggs. Huh? Any egg preparation I can do without it. Why? The reason, if I can explain.
Yes, please, absolutely, sir.
I think eggs are the purest form of proteins. And as a chef, I can tell you that it is the most difficult thing also to do, because we cook always the eggs in the wrong way. Proteins coagulate at 72 degrees centigrade. Most of the cooking which we do happens above 85 to 100.
Yes, sir.
And it denatures the protein. If you know how to cook egg the right way, you mastered the art of cooking proteins the right way.
Wow, sir. I've learned something new. I must say that. If hospitality education had a tagline, what should it be?
Hospitality education had a tagline: it's a life skill being taught to you that would take you far and everywhere. And why I say this is, during pandemic, most of the people who did not know cooking, maintaining homes or other housekeeping skills suffered the most, whether singles, bachelors or people living alone.
Agreed.
I think that is something which a hospitality education will always give you.
The funniest student excuse you've ever heard or for missing a class?
I sat in some other class which the other teacher marked me present over there. This has happened way back in 2013 when I was in Greater Noida leading a hospitality school over there.
If you were a hotel, what kind of hotel would you be?
All welcoming hotel.
The one kitchen rule that should never be broken?
Strictest hygiene at workplace.
If a hospitality movie were made on your life, what should the title be?
Atulasya Aditya.
What's one non-hospitality skill that all hospitality students must learn?
Mathematics, especially calculations, ratios, which are very critical for anybody's life.
Done, sir. Thank you so much. बहुत मज़ा आया मुझे.
Thank you so much.
I'm sure ये एक master class kind of a thing होगी for our viewers. That's it. Thank you so much.